So today on Project Shop, we have an absolute mess. We did a live stream. We made a mess over here. And then I have just tons of scrap everywhere. Literally, like, the scrap has gone across the street and then down the block because I need to sort it and get it situated in these trailers. So what I need to do is, I'm loading this one now. I'm going to take this one home with me, and we're going to go to Miami first thing in the morning. But I got a bunch of steel stuff everywhere. I need to pull this out, see what we got back in here. Might even fire up the incinerator tonight. It's a perfect night, ain't nobody around, it's nice and cool. We have all this scrap over here that needs to go through. I need to still weigh some of this stuff up. We have all this craziness over here. These 2 pallets need to be processed. That stuff needs to go through. That stuff I need to weigh. I got scrap down there. I got scrap over here. It's just completely out of hand. So first thing I'm gonna do is move these trailers around and sort this steel so that I can, and I got some kind of draw going on with my car. I got my battery. I left the car here the other night and took my truck home. And then I came back, my car was completely dead. One more thing I gotta figure out why that's happening. I'm going to pull this out, make some room, because I got like steel stashed over there. We need to just condense all the steel I have to the trailer. That's aluminum from that generator. I got to get that out of there. My whole life's a mess right now. We got so much stuff to do, man. It's crazy. So I got to go down way south of Miami tomorrow and pick up a bunch of lights. So what we want to do is get as much of this non-ferrous stuff sorted and out of here. We got a bunch of stuff here, I think. That's some number 2. That's some extrusion. We're gonna have a lot of extruded or extrusions coming out of that electrical gear, and I gotta weigh that. Oh, and I got another scale coming, a smaller one than this, something I can take with me that's portable and battery operated. But look what I did here. I clamped this to a bar because I was having trouble putting those big bins. Every time I would weigh one, I just had that thing sitting on that chair. I could never see it. And then in the daytime, the sun's always on like a weird angle, blowing out the lights. So I might actually mount the problem with this thing is this cord is not really long enough. I wish this cord was longer, because then I'd mount this thing like up back over there. But the way it is now, I can't close my door with that. And I don't think anyone's going to run off with this scale. It weighs like 300 pounds. But I do have a video coming, or maybe it's already dropped, of me. Now, probably, I do have a video coming where I started to build a framework around this thing. Kind of like they have at the scrap yards to protect them. But we're going to put this on a pallet. And hopefully one day we can clean the shop out, man, because this is just, it's getting out of control over here. Anyway, I'm gonna start moving some stuff around, make some space, and we might even have a special guest show up later. Okay, we're back over here. It's another day. We took the steel to the steel yard, got a whopping $84. And now we're over here picking up this mountain of lights. We got to hurry up and get this on the trailer. Oh, look, I see a double copper transformer. Yeah, we got some nice weather in the midst over here. So we're gonna get this stuff loaded. We got some copper wire to buy over on the other side of the property, and then we got to get this back to the shop, grab my other trailer, offload the LED lights from last night, and then go pick up some more scrap. So we're gonna try and hustle this as fast as possible. All right, we made it back to the shop. Now we have 2 full trailers pretty much. This thing is loaded, man. When I tell you, pretty much every crevice of this trailer is packed with some heavy, high dollar, a lot of this stuff. I mean, we got tons of extruded, some sheet cast. There's transformers down in there. We did get some BS steel, but whatever. It all adds up. Now I gotta offload this trailer because I gotta go pick up some other scraps. So we're gonna take this stuff off. I should ride down the street and see if the guy has any more baskets, because these things come in handy so much, man. Just throw crap in there and just move on and deal with them later. So oh, also we picked up some, oh man, looks like we're about to get a storm. We picked up some nice wire, little coil there, and then in there some more of that stuff, but there's some nuggets. Definitely we're gonna strip most of the wire I just picked up. So let me get this offloaded, and we're gonna head out and pick up some more scrap. We made $84 at the scrap yard, at the steel yard today. Yeah, we made $84.10. We had 1,160 pounds, 7.5 cents a pound for sheet. So, all right, it's starting to rain. I'm gonna put this camera up because it's not waterproof. And we're gonna head off to get some more scrap. All right, man, we're over here at my favorite dumpster. Ooh, what's this? Wow, whatever that is heavy. Holy smokes, talk about a crispy critter. Someone's meter can exploded. Wow. Dude, this thing must be loaded with copper. What is this thing? OR1 500 PFCRTU CRT2U. Wow. Oh, snap. I like them little handles. Too bad I just broke it off. Anyway, he said that we got 2 generators. Look at this. Copper wire there. Some type of transfer switch. Then we have whatever we can pull out of this dumpster. We might just take this off. Oh, that looks like stainless or aluminum. Is that brass? It might be copper. Oh, looks like some nuggets. We might have to jump in. Are those brass rods down there? Oh. That looks like a solid chunk of copper. Nice, and it's sharp. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna back up over here and, oh, look at this big thing here underneath. Let's see what's in there. Oh, you got all the goodies. Copper bus bar. I don't know what that is, but looks like it took some damage. That had some meltage. I wonder if that was part of that other deal. Yeah, we'll load it. We'll fill this box up. We'll take all this stuff and these two generators. Let's see what we got here. Plastic. Ow. Propane. Something or others. Kohlers. Steve's probably gonna want them motors. We'll have to hide these things and scrap them out real fast. Let's get a better look at this stuff. Oh, looks like someone had an accident. Start filling that thing up. Is that brass? I don't know, maybe. Aluminum. Solid dowels, some more shelving stuff. We might just go ahead and empty them out. All right, we made it back to the shop, and this is the absolute mess I got going on over here. These here, I'm gonna say this is close to $1,000. I paid 250 bucks for these. Almost 900 for what's on that trailer and the wire that's in the shop. And then I just paid 1,800 for what's on the trailer here. Not much going on back here. We do got some brass rods, or I think they're brass. They're not magnetic, whatever they are. Got myself a cool tub. This is actually an insert for a bucket truck. Really sad. And I got one of my drums back. It's, you know, I've had my customers say this to me many times. Hey man, you can have your drum back. We don't use them for the ballast anymore. It kind of sucks. So I've gotten a lot of my drums back that I've given people over the years. Then we got this bin of copper. Now, may not look like much up here, but down in there be some nuggets, some big, but oh, here we go. Look at that little preview of the monster nuggets. And then I got these two little generators. So we'll just tear these apart. Unfortunately, they've gotten really cheap with the generators. They used to be steel or aluminum housings. Now they know these things aren't going to last that long anymore. Now they're making them with plastic housings, which really sucks. So unfortunately, we got some plastic housings. But I did put a big tear weight on these things because of that. But I know for a fact there's copper stators in there. I haven't come across one aluminum stator, so we'll knock these out. There is so much aluminum. Look at this thing. This is super thick extruded. There's so many lights in here that are extruded. I think I'm gonna triple my money on this, man. I mean, we might get like, I'm hoping between 25 and 3,000 out of this load here. You know, if we can pull 3,000 out of this, you know, I paid 18 for this. I don't think I'm gonna double my money on this, but we should get about probably 2,500 out of this. There's some big wire in there. Oh, there's a lot of aluminum wire in there too. Big thick 600 MCM aluminum wire. I paid pennies for it, man. 15 or what did I pay, 15 cents a pound? And I'm pretty sure that extruded is over $1 a pound. So we're definitely stripping that. I still have a pile of that in the shop. But for now, man, I'm gonna take me a break because I am cooked after loading all this wire and loading this entire trailer down, dude, I feel like I spent the day at the gym. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. I'm gonna take a break, probably nap for an hour. I'm probably gonna edit a video, and then I'm gonna come out here and probably sort all the wire and maybe start stripping the wire tonight and get that sorted. And then I'll be here I'm hoping tomorrow I'll spend all day processing these lights. Should get all this done tomorrow. There's a couple transformers in there, so we will get transformers on the table. And yeah, it's been a heck of a day. All right, it's the next day. We got the shop cleared out, but we have an absolute mess out front. Okay, we have just pallets and bins and trailers full of scrap. Holy smokes. Too much gas? Yeah, something going on there. Anyway, we have all this scrap. My pallet fell over. That trailer's just packed to the hills. This stuff, there's just so much scrap going on here. But what we're gonna do is focus on this bin of wire first. This is the high dollar stuff. There is some aluminum in here, quite a bit actually, but there's some big nuggets of copper in there. Same thing with this. This came from a different customer. There's some nuggets down in there as well. I'll be stripping the stuff by myself, so I would like to stretch that out, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it with the jaw. So I'm going to get this cleared out in here and get this bin in there, flip this over. Some of the stuff we're not going to strip, like the Romex, we'll just sell off. The BX, we will pull that. I do have a little chunk started here. Most likely I'm going to pull this out and put this in a drum because I just want to throw the copper in here. It's going to be a lot easier. So we're going to set up and we're going to have a massive stripping party today. The goal today for me, at least, to get the wire done and maybe those lights I picked up from South Miami. I don't know if we're going to get into that other trailer, man. There's a lot of work. Man, look at this pile. Now, unfortunately, all this stuff over here is aluminum. I think that's 600 MCM aluminum. Oh no, that's 500 MCM aluminum, but we do have some 600 MCM copper and some other big nuggets and some miscellaneous stuff. I don't know if I want to start with the aluminum. I do have this pile of aluminum over here. I'm going to call for a price real quick because I'm pretty sure this might be the same price as extruded right now. And if so, I'm just going to throw it all in the same bin. Because there's a lot of this and I'm going to have a ton of extrusions coming off of those lights. And what I got in that trailer, there's tons of extrusions. So it'll be a nice little pile. If it's $1.05 a pound, then we're good to go. So I'm going to make a quick call, see where we're at. I'm going to get the jaw back there over here. We're going to munch this 600 up. And I mean, I could probably, they're not going to like it, but I can probably get all the stripped wire in a drum. But it's going to be so much easier if I just throw it in this bin. Okay, so I just got a price on some copper and aluminum. The wire is $1.10. The extrusion is $1.05. So I will be separating them. I know 5 cents isn't that much, but 5 cents is 5 cents. We're going to separate everything. Copper's up. I'm getting $3.90 a pound for bright and shiny, $2.85 for insulated, $1.10 for number 2 insulated, and then $3.70 for number 2 copper. I don't have much number 2 copper here at the moment. We are gonna round up as much as we can because, you know, I wanna get rid of everything I have in the shop by the end of the week. So that gives us, today's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm probably gonna take a load down tomorrow because I got a lot of money invested in this, these 2 piles of wire, and I wanna get rid of that, and I might have something to pick up down south. But for now, we're gonna sort this wire real quick, see what we're gonna strip, what we're not gonna strip. We have this bucket here. It's heavier than it looks. Funny, look at these big nuggets. I think that's 500. Yeah, this is 500. 2 customers in a row the same day. One had 500, one had 600. They didn't have a lot there, just a couple nuggets. You know how we like them nuggets. And then we have these spools here. This is definitely strippable. We're gonna strip all this wire. Yeah, so I'm gonna go grab a drum. We're gonna sort through some of this stuff. Well, actually, I'm just gonna start stripping it because this heavy ass 600 is literally in the way of our aluminum. Oh, ready to rock and roll. Already got copper in the barrel. Okay. Getting warm down here in South Florida. Gotta have all the fans on again, man. We get like 2 or 3 weeks of really nice weather where I'm like that close to having to wear pants, and then it's right back to the heat, which I like. I'm okay with that. We got our bin over here. We got the jaw on deck. Wow, that's a lot of pressure. I think I only do one of them at a time. I think that coil of 600 weighed over 500 pounds. right, let's get some of this stuff stripped. Get some copper in the bucket, man. Being that we're gonna be running a big wire, we gotta loosen these things up. I think somewhere in there is a piece of 1000 MCM, but it's aluminum wire. Hopefully the machine holds up, man. These gears took a beating. They're still riding. Problem is, that needs to go through a different hole. These need to be jacked up. I don't know if I can jack up this other side. That's as loose as we can go, basically. I don't think that wire stripped all the way. Oh, maybe it did. But it was riding on the side. That other hole, I think that other hole is for like 1000 MCM or 750. Really didn't like this 600. Oh man. That's nice. That 600's not that forgiving. big money. Whew. I'll tell you what. Wrestling that 600 is like wrestling a giant python, man. That stuff is tough, man. And that shit whacked me right in the nuts, dude. It's very unforgiving. So, I'm gonna mill through this real quick. See if there's any other, I think there might be a couple little nuggets that we gotta get. Like that. This. You know how we love them nuggets. Get all that big stuff stripped before we kind of start dialing the machine back down for the smaller stuff. And then we're gonna have to do that aluminum. Man, at $3.90 a pound, I'm hoping I can get, I forget how much wire I actually bought, but I think we can get close to $4,000 just in wire. We can do $4 grand in wire, man. That's gonna be a good payday. Be able to pay my rent. But we're gonna have to add another $1,500 to it, but we'll strip all this stuff. I'm pretty sure there was 500 just in that 600 there. So the insulation's 10%, you know, maybe 50 pounds for the insulation. And then we got a lot of wire to go through. So I'm gonna hit the time lapse, probably clean that off the table real quick, sort through this wire, see what we're gonna strip, see what we're just gonna sell off. I might do a little test and see how much we're actually going to get out of this by stripping it versus just selling it off, because I don't know how far I want to go by myself. If I had someone here helping me, maybe I'd consider stripping more of this stuff, but this shit gets real tedious real quick, so. Okay, we're making a little progress. That last little bit of coils was an absolute nightmare. That stuff was crusty, and I'm pushing the limits right here They might not even, they're not gonna like that if they see too much, but hopefully when they flip this out, they'll see all that 600 at the bottom, and they'll be like, okay, whatever. But that stuff literally fought me every inch of the way. And this stuff here, I'm having to run through this second wire stripper because it is just crusty and burnt. Now, for those of you who've been around this channel a long time, you've probably seen the video I did years ago on how to hand strip copper wire like a pro. And that's when I revealed how I like using a fillet knife over a razor. I also showed you in that video how to strip burnt copper wire by hand like butter. And I'm gonna, for those of you who haven't seen that video, I'm gonna show you that right now. One, you're gonna need a fillet knife and a drill and a vise. So I'm having a lot of problems with this wire right here. So we'll take 3 pieces and I'm gonna show you exactly what's happening. It's been a long time since I've had to do this, so I'm probably pretty rusty. And for the most part, running the wire through my wire stripper and then it crushing it on the backside, you know, cutting the top with the front roller and then squeezing it with this normally makes it okay, but this wire is tough, man. This is some seriously burnt stuff, and I'm gonna show you what to do here. Now you could do this with a razor blade, and I used to be really good with a razor blade, but what I found, the razor blades, they wear out. Like you're constantly changing razor blades. Now when you're stripping big stuff, and if I were to strip that aluminum stuff by hand, first thing I'd do is go sit it out in the sun and let it heat up. Second, I'd probably use a razor blade on that because it just, it works out a little easier. The first thing you're gonna do, I'm gonna do 3 different pieces. I'm gonna do one, actually I'll do 4. I'm gonna run one through the wire stripper. I'll do one stripper, then I'll show you the other stripper, and then I'm going to show you the hand method, which actually the peeling part goes so much easier on the hand method. The first thing you're going to do is strip the end like 100%. You want 100% disconnect all the way around, okay? And we'll do 2 of those. Okay, I don't know what just happened with the GoPro, but the camera literally just went blank and was just recording my audio. Let me show you what I did here. Basically, I can't believe it just did that. Good thing I caught it. I'll tell you, these GoPros are something else, man. And these are brand new, man. These are 11s or 12s or whatever they are. Just gonna grab another piece real quick. So, what I was explaining is, I haven't had to do this in years because for the most part, my wire stripper will squeeze it and crush it on the backside to the point where I really don't have to worry about that. But what I did here to prep these, okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna strip about 1 inch or 2 off of the end, all the way around. You want a 100% disconnect on the, you want a clean end. You can tell, look how crusty that wire is, man. This stuff is burnt and the plastic is sticking to it. And then you're gonna want to do the exact same thing to the other side. 100%, strip it back. then you want to put one end in the vise. And then what you're going to do is put the other end in the drill. Okay? And what you want to do is tighten that down, pull it, and wind it in. What it's going to do, you'll actually feel the wire's going to get shorter and it's going to get bigger. And it's going to physically push the insulation out of the grooves. You'll feel it get really tight, okay? We're going to do another one. We'll run it through the wire stripper. This is going to do a couple things actually. One, it's going to make it really easy to get off. Two, it's actually going to clean up some of that corrosion that's on there. And I'll show you here in a minute. Matter of fact, before I do this, this is from the same wire. I'm going to run this through the wire stripper just so you can see what I'm talking about. Now I'm worried this thing's going to shut off. Of course, shit man, now I don't even know which one that was. It's all from the same coil. Even though I squeezed the crap out of this wire, it is like, it is burnt and locked on there. Okay. Whoops. Look at this piece here. Some of it's more burnt than other. This stuff is just, it is. If that machine didn't squeeze it, it's literally melted to it, okay? You gotta kind of work it. I literally fought every inch of that wire over there, okay? Now look at the state of this wire. Green, corroded, okay? Now, watch this. Well, first I'm going to show doing it by hand. If you had to do this by hand, how tough it would be. Okay, I always strip back to the vise. That's tough, man. And then you don't even want to strip right. This is some weird wire anyway. Okay. Here's a spot I missed right here. Just an absolute nightmare. And it's already breaking off. It's literally not wanting to strip. Right? It's even taking 3/4 of it off, bending it, it's literally like melted. Okay? Barely wanting to come off. Very corroded. Now watch this. Strip back to it. It's actually stripping much easier now. Okay? Now when I used to do this, I used to always leave a little bit more down here. And then run it back like this. I think my knife is finally dull to the point. Yeah, I finally got to sharpen this thing, but watch this. It's literally coming right off. Right off. No problem whatsoever. This thing was a nightmare. I can't even get that off. Okay? Not only did it come right off, look at the difference. I mean, it's not 100% bright and shiny, but there's a noticeable difference. It's much cleaner than this. Still got some green on it, but it looks a lot better than this burnt stuff. This here, this is a nightmare. This whole roll is a nightmare. I'm gonna run the rest of that. Now you see me struggle with that one piece after running it through the machine. Now, I don't care how burnt the wire is, it's gonna come right off. This is probably gonna have to go through this machine. Look at that. It's practically fallen off now. Okay? Now, what I should have done, and look how much nicer that looks. I mean, that's way more passable than this, you know? What I should have done is stretch that out in like 20-foot runs. It would have made it a lot easier for what I'm doing here. Because this is a nightmare. I'm even running it through this, and because it's sticking to the plastic. So I might sit there and I don't know, I might be done with that. I might just send it off as number one. But that $3.90 a pound for that copper sounds really nice. It's not going to be that much. If I do like 5 strands at a time, sharpen my knife a little bit, and all I need to do is twist the ends, drill it, run it through the machine. I don't have to run it with the knife. But if you don't have a machine, or you don't have, like I said, normally running it through the 4-roller machine and it crushing it on the backside would normally liberate it and it not be a problem. But it's been a while since I came across something this burnt, and I'm probably going to do a live stream later and show that trick again. So you'll see that live stream way before this, and I'll tell you the origin of how I learned to do that, because it's something I learned on the spot from another trade that I had. But if you're into stripping all of the copper, you know, and you don't want to leave no insulated, run it on the drill, man. It's night and day. Doesn't matter how burnt it is, it'll strip off like butter. On that note, I'm going to go eat some lunch because I'm starving. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrapyard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before?